All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the minds of billionaires. You guys sent us some really interesting articles.
Right.
Billionaire success secrets from Elon Musk to Larry Page. And then also Secrets of the Rich, how billionaires build unstoppable wealth. So we're going to try to extract those golden nuggets for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've got our expert with us to help kind of connect all the dots.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
All right, so the first article kind of throws us right into the deep end with Elon Musk.
Okay.
And I have to say, the story about him wiring a monkey's brain to play video games is just classic Elon.
Well, it's definitely out of the box thinking, that's for sure.
Right.
But I think it speaks to a bigger point that the article makes, which is his approach is not just about ambition, but also about finding that fun and pushing the limits,
Yeah.
having fun.
It's like he's just constantly asking what if.
Yep.
And then he genuinely enjoys the process of actually finding out.
Right.
But wouldn't that make it difficult to build like a sustainable business? Well,
Like, how do you balance that with the demands of something like Tesla or SpaceX?
yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Musk's creating rather than complaining philosophy really comes in. I mean, he channels all of that energy, into tangible results. Instead of getting bogged down by obstacles, he's constantly looking for solutions.
Right.
So that's a pretty powerful mindset,
Yeah.
no matter what your goals are.
Like, don't just be a dreamer, be a doer.
Exactly. Yeah, and that ties into his unconventional leadership style, right?
Right.
He's constantly challenging norms, pushing his teams beyond what they think is even possible. It's a similar trait we see in Jeff Bezos, although his approach is very different.
Okay.
While Musk seems to thrive on those long-term, ambitious visions, Bezos is all about the next 2 to 3 years.
Really?
Yeah?
But isn't that a bit short-sighted?
Well,
Wouldn't that limit, big breakthroughs? Not necessarily.
yeah.
I mean, the article explains that he believes focusing on the near future forces you to prioritize and execute efficiently.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he lacks a long-term vision.
Right.
It just means that he believes the majority of your energy should be directed towards achievable near-term goals.
So it's like build a solid foundation before you start reaching for the stars.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this actually connects to another one of Bezos's key principles.
Okay.
And it's one that I found actually really surprising.
Yeah.
He believes in wandering and even inefficiency at times.
Wait, what? Inefficiency?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like Amazon.
Yeah.
How does that even work?
Well, it's about creating space for those unexpected aha moments. Think about it. Remember Amazon Prime?
Right.
That wasn't part of some grand plan.
Yeah.
It came from allowing employees to explore seemingly unrelated ideas.
To wander.
Yeah, to wander a bit.
Okay, so sometimes it's not about working harder or faster.
Right.
It's about working differently to create an environment where those breakthrough ideas can emerge.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that actually ties in beautifully with his obsession with customer centricity.
Okay.
So by constantly seeking ways to improve the customer experience, even if it means taking an unconventional path,
Right.
he's built one of the most successful companies in the world.
Yeah, so we've got the visionary dreamer in Musk, the pragmatic builder in Bezos.
Right.
Let's move on to Bernard Arnault, who seems to be all about spotting hidden value.
Yeah.
He heads up LVMH, which is like the luxury goods empire. And from what I've read, his competitive drive is legendary.
Absolutely. I mean, Arnault's talent lies in identifying potential where others see only decline.
Okay.
Like, he's known for acquiring struggling brands
Yeah.
and transforming them into powerhouses.
Give me an example.
Sure, so he took a chance on a fading fashion house
Okay.
called Christian Dior back in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And through strategic, design, shake-up, savvy marketing,
Yeah.
he turned it into a global icon.
Wow, that's impressive. So it's not just about recognizing an undervalued asset,
Right.
but having the vision and the execution to revitalize it.
Exactly.
I wonder if that's what draws him to Warren Buffett,
Well,
his admiration for the Oracle of Omaha.
yeah, I think Arnault applies that same long-term thinking to spotting those diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
He sees the potential not just in brands themselves, but in the timeless appeal of luxury and craftsmanship.
Right.
What's interesting is that anyone can adopt this mindset.
Okay.
It's about looking for those hidden opportunities, those overlooked skills or resources that can be transformed into something truly remarkable.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah. It's about shifting your perspective, seeing possibilities where others see problems.
That's a great point. Speaking of recognizing potential, let's talk about Bill Gates, a man whose hunger for knowledge seems almost insatiable.
Right.
The article mentions that he reads like 50 books a year.
Yeah, that's a serious commitment to learning. It's not just passive reading either. He's actively engaging with those ideas.
Right.
Constantly trying to expand his understanding of the world.
I mean...
Take Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Oh, yeah.
It had such a huge impact on him that he completely restructured his sleep routine.
That's so interesting. It shows that even someone as driven and successful as Bill Gates recognizes the importance of prioritizing well-being.
It highlights a crucial aspect of success that we often overlook.
What's that?
It's the importance of mental and physical health for optimal performance.
It's a good reminder for all of us we can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly.
And speaking of pouring knowledge, the article also highlights his advice to students.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of identifying your strengths and weaknesses, staying curious, and maintaining an optimistic outlook.
Yeah.
Pretty solid advice, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a simple yet powerful formula for navigating a world that's constantly changing.
Right.
And you know what? It echoes a theme that we've seen throughout this entire deep dive.
What's up?
The importance of continuous learning and adaptation.
Okay, so whether it's Musk's relentless pursuit of innovation, Bezos's focus on customer centricity, or Arnaud's ability to spot hidden value, they all seem to share this drive to learn and grow.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings us to our final billionaire, Larry Page, the co-founder of Google.
Okay.
His approach, much like Musk's, is characterized by this relentless pursuit of groundbreaking innovation.
Okay.
What he calls 10x thinking.
10x thinking.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means aiming for solutions that are not just incrementally better, but 10 times better than the competition.
Oh, wow.
It's about thinking big and pushing those boundaries of what we consider possible.
So instead of settling for these small improvements, he's going for those moonshot ideas, those game-changing innovations.
Right.
That can really disrupt an industry.
Exactly. And it's not just about outdoing competitors.
Yeah.
It's about tackling those seemingly impossible challenges, creating solutions that have a profound impact on the world.
So it's like Musk's vision of colonizing Mars, but applied to a broader range of problems.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be incredibly difficult to execute, though?
Wow.
How do you even maintain that level of ambition and focus within a large organization like Google?
Right. I mean, that's where Page's leadership style comes in. He fosters a culture of experimentation.
Okay.
Encourages his teams to take risks and pursue those moonshot ideas. He understands that failure is an inevitable part of the process.
Right.
But it's through those failures that we learn and ultimately achieve those breakthrough results.
It's about creating an environment where people feel empowered to take those risks and push the boundaries.
Yeah.
That's pretty inspiring.
It is, and it speaks to a fundamental belief that he holds.
What's that?
The future's not something we just predict, it's something we create.
Wow, okay. That's a pretty profound way to think about it.
Yeah.
So we've explored these very different approaches to success, from Musk's grand visions to Bezos's pragmatic approach, from Arnaud's eye for hidden value to Gates' commitment to continuous learning.
Yeah.
And now Page's 10x thinking it's incredible to see how diverse their paths are, yet they all share this willingness to dream big and take bold action.
Exactly. That's what makes this exploration so valuable.
Yeah.
It reminds us that there's no single formula for success.
Right.
It's about finding what resonates with you, what aligns with your strengths and passions.
And maybe taking a page from their playbook and daring to dream a little bigger, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
And it makes me wonder, what's our moonshot idea? You know, what seemingly impossible goal could we set for ourselves?
Right.
What could we accomplish if we applied that 10x thinking to our own lives?
Yeah, that's a powerful question to consider. And to take it even a step further, what's one small step we can take today to move towards that goal?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a giant leap.
Right.
Just a small action that sets us on the right path.
I love that. So think big, but start small. It's a reminder that even the most audacious goals are achieved one step at a time. And speaking of taking action, I'm reminded of Page's rule. When a dream appears, take it.
Oh, yeah.
It's so simple, yet so profound.
It highlights the importance of seizing opportunities when they arise, not letting fear or hesitation hold us back.
Right.
It's about taking that first step, even if it's a small one, and building momentum from there.
So it's a combination of vision, action, and perseverance.
Yeah.
It's about having the audacity to dream big, the courage to take action, and the commitment to see it through.
Precisely. And that's what we can learn from these billionaires.
Yeah.
It's not about replicating their exact path,
Right.
but about embracing the underlying principles that drive their success.
And maybe that's the biggest takeaway from this whole deep dive. It's not about becoming billionaires ourselves,
Right.
but about adopting those billionaire mindsets, those habits of thinking and acting that can help us achieve extraordinary things,
Exactly.
whatever our definition of success may be.
It's about pushing our own boundaries, challenging our assumptions, and never settling for the status quo.
Well, on that note, fellow knowledge seekers, we've reached the end of our billionaire deep dive. We've explored their mindsets, their strategies, their impact on the world, and hopefully we've all come away with a renewed sense of possibility,
Yeah.
a belief that we too can achieve extraordinary things.
Absolutely. Remember, there's no single formula for success.
Right.
It's about finding your own path, embracing your unique strengths and passions, and never being afraid to dream big.
Keep diving deep into your own interests and passions, and who knows, maybe we'll see you on the billionaire list someday. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.